Hey everyone, and welcome. So today we're going to tackle a few words we all use probably every single day: data, information, and knowledge. The thing is, we kind of throw them around like they're the exact same thing, but they're not even close. We're going to climb this ladder of understanding, starting with raw facts and ending up with, well, actual wisdom. Let's jump right in.
Now, seriously, just think about it for a second. How many times have you said, just send me the data, or I need that info, or I want to tap into your knowledge? We use them interchangeably, right? But what if I told you they represent three totally different rungs on a ladder? That's the big question here. What is the real difference between them? And that's exactly what we're here to figure out.
Okay, so here's our plan. We're going to take this step by step. First, we'll hit the foundation, which is data. Then we'll see how we add some meaning to turn that into information. And from there, we'll look at how we put it to use and get to real knowledge. Finally, we'll pull it all together and talk about why, any of this actually matters.
All right, let's start at the very bottom, ground zero. This is the foundation for everything else, the raw ingredients of understanding. We're talking about data.
So, what even is data when you get right down to it? Well, it's basically just raw stuff. A bunch of numbers, symbols, figures, signals, you name it. But here's the key. On its own, it has zero context. It's completely unprocessed. It means nothing. I love the analogy of a giant pile of Lego bricks dumped on the floor. You've got the pieces, but you have no instructions, no picture on the box. It's just a random jumble.
Let's make this super concrete. Say I just gave you these numbers: 99.5, 100.8, 101.5. What do you do with that? What does it mean? Anything? Nope. Without any context, it's just noise. Could be prices, could be radio stations, could be anything. We have absolutely no clue. That right there is pure, unadulterated data.
Data doesn't just magically level up into something useful. We have to do the work. It's a really active process. So you collect all the raw bits and pieces. Then you got to organize it somehow. Then, and this is so important, you add context. You answer the who, what, where, when. And then you can start asking questions about it. That's how you begin to see what's really hidden inside.
Okay, let's climb up to that next rung on the ladder. We're taking our pile of ingredients and we're starting to organize them to make them actually mean something. This is where we create information.
So what's information? I like to think of it as data that we've given a purpose, a job to do. It's data that's been processed, organized, and structured. But the secret sauce really is context. All of a sudden, we're not just staring at random numbers. We're seeing how those numbers connect to each other in a way that actually makes sense.
Okay, remember those numbers from before? 99.5, 100.8, 100.5? Let's add that context I was talking about. What if I told you those are a patient's temperature readings, taken once a day for the past 3 days? See? Bam! Instantly, it's not just a list of numbers anymore. A pattern jumps out. It tells a story. The patient's temperature is steadily going up. That, my friends, is information.
And this quote from Carly Fiorina just nails it. The real goal is to turn data into information and information into insight. We've just done that first part. We turned our raw data into useful information. But she points to that next, even more powerful step, turning information into insight, which is what brings us to the very top of our hierarchy.
And here we are, at the very top, the peak of the pyramid. This is where information stops being just a report and becomes a blueprint for action. Welcome to the realm of knowledge.
See, knowledge isn't just about having the information. Lots of people can have information. Knowledge is about understanding what it means and, maybe most importantly, what you should do about it. This is where human experience, our own interpretation and judgment comes into play. It's information plus experience, and that is what gives you the power to actually make good, solid decisions.
Let's bring our patient example all the way home. The doctor sees the information. The patient's temperature has been rising for 3 days. But they don't just stop there. They apply their knowledge, all those years of med school and experience. They know that this specific pattern, a rising temperature after a surgery, is a classic sign of a possible infection. And that knowledge doesn't just sit there. It leads directly to an action. The doctor orders tests to check for it. That's the full journey.
So there you have it. We've climbed the whole ladder, from data to information, all the way up to knowledge. Now let's put it all together side by side so we can really see how it all stacks up.
This chart really spells it out, doesn't it? Look at the progression here. With data, you've got something raw and unorganized, just a single point like 101.5. Then you move to information, where it gets organized and has context. It's not just a point, it's a relationship. The temp is rising. And finally, you get to knowledge, which is actionable. It represents a pattern or principle you understand. This could be an infection, so I need to act. It's a beautiful flow from a single fact to a meaningful story to a smart decision.
Okay, so this is all a pretty neat little framework, right? But you might be thinking, so what? Why does this actually matter? And that's a fair question. The answer is, it's the difference between just collecting stuff and actually having real expertise.
You know, really getting this distinction is a game changer. It helps you make way better decisions, because you realize when you need more than just a spreadsheet of numbers. It's how you go from just being a fact collector to someone with genuine expertise. It helps you ask the right questions, like, do I have a data problem or a knowledge problem? Huge difference. And honestly, it just makes you a much clearer, more effective communicator.
So I want to leave you with this one thought. You are absolutely surrounded by data every single day. Your phone, your work, the news, it's a constant fire hose of it. So the real challenge isn't about getting more data. The real question is for you. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to start actively turning all that noise into real, actionable knowledge?